Yeah.
I'm saying I don't.
It's not a
I said, no, thank you. I'll pass on. No, you're going to do it. Because I took that one time and I said,
de un día.
And if you've lived long enough, you'll realize that love wins, not fear. I was over the Christmas holiday. I was with my granddaughter, and so she was playing with 2 dolls, and so she said that there were 6 dolls that were there. So she explained to me that the other 4 dolls that weren't actually physically there were the dolls that her mom was supposed to buy, but she didn't buy, and she was mad at her. So she's playing with 2 dolls in the physical, but in reality, she's playing with 4 other dolls that's not there. So in her mind, she's got a whole family thing going on with 6 dolls, although 2 dolls are there. And so I was just watching her, and she was doing the role playing of the invisible dolls. I mean, she had names for them. She had personalities for them. She had outfits for them, and they weren't there. And so I'm thinking to myself, there's something that's going on here that's really, really deep. And what it was even though she was mad at her mom for not buying the other 4 dolls, in her 6-year-old mind, she refused to be limited by the idea of lack. And so when I saw her doing this, I said, this is interesting, because this is what's happening right now. That the government has trained you to believe in the idea of lack, even though there really is no lack. So they have trained you to become so accustomed to the idea of lack that now they are manipulating you and controlling you by the very idea of lack. So they'll tell you, if you don't do what we say do, then we are going to take your job away. Think about that. You're not going to be able to go into this building or that building. We got upset because we bought into the ideology of lack, not realizing that we are all sufficient and that they can't give us nothing.
Right.
That everything that we have, we worked for and God gave us. So we have to deal with this false ideal that they're taking anything away from us, and when they start to take from us, we need to walk away and say, whatever it is that you think you were giving me, I don't want it.
Exactly.
They were supposed to educate our children, but if we don't comply, they take away from us on the collegiate level as well as the elementary level. But how about this idea? We've come to the reality that maybe they weren't educating our children to begin with. And when they educate our children to become enemies of their parents, they have entered a demonic cycle. So I'm here to tell you that this entire of lack needs to be confronted. You need to understand that you have the power. And we need to begin confronting the powers that be in truth. And what I mean by that is we need to begin letting them know that we understand the lies that they've been telling us. I am an oracle of God. Are you hearing me? And so your governor, who is fueled by the spirit of Satan, does not make me one bit afraid. My governor, who is fueled by the same spirit, New Jersey governor, who is fueled by the same spirit, what can they do to me? I believe that God will protect me, but if God sees fit for these cowards to take my life, then all will still be well, because I will rather live for something than die for the nonsense that they're creating. Our families are worth this fight. Your children are worth this fight. Your communities are worth this fight. And America is worth this fight. So you say, Dr. Lewis, what do we do from here? You know what? I prayed about this, and I believe that I've heard from God. We need to sue them into oblivion. Flood the courts. Are you hearing me? Sue them. Flood the courts. Everybody say it. Flood the courts. Come on. Flood the courts. Flood the courts. Flood the courts. They won't hear any other way until you flood. Come on, say it with me. Come on, one more time. One more time. It's the only way that we're going to get our country back. Is through prayer and flooding the courts. So tomorrow, sue one of these government elected officials and have so many of you suing them at one time that you flood the courts, because they won't hear it any other way. God bless you, and God bless these wonderful United States of America.
It's just for